With voter-approved projects on hold and hundreds of employees on furlough, the city of El Paso is taking a look at its options to soften the blow of COVID-19. Thanks for joining us. I'm Daniel Mudding.
And I'm Natasha Paloma. The city looking to tap into more than $100 million in federal funds. KTSM 9 News reporter Tatiana Favela breaks down how that money would be spent.
While several members of the public say it's a good idea, some city reps say they want to make sure they have a clear plan before voting to approve.
We were able to identify how we're going to use those funds to really help the community, not only now, but in the future.
City manager and CFO for the city of El Paso recommending members of council approve authorizing nearly $119 million of coronavirus relief money from the federal government known as the CARES Act to help with city costs.
So there's going to be a lot that's going to go into developing and actually flushing out those costs.
Here's how that money would be allocated. City staff says $84.2 million would go towards public health and safety response to increase COVID-19 testing and tracing. $16.4 million would go to community response for rental assistance and food security, and $18.4 million would be left for an economic help, which his city says would support businesses with things like financial obligations. Rep. Cassandra Hernandez saying more work needs to be done before approving.
I was just expecting there to be like a clear outline of how the funds would be spent and then clear guidance and direction in the form of a council approval.
City manager Tommy Gonzalez says he's spoken with other city managers in larger cities like Houston to figure out the best way to use these funds.
So what we wanted to do is all agree that these were expenditures that we all were doing in the big cities so that we can have strength in numbers. So that's just one more avenue of approach that we took in order to make sure that we're being extra careful, but also as expeditious as possible.
Gonzalez adding it's important to make sure the funds are spent in a timely manner before it's too late.
We don't want to give any of it back to the federal government. We want all of it to go to our community in any form or fashion that we can make sure that it gets to them, because the need is great in our community here in El Paso.
And the vote was postponed until Tuesday's regular meeting. Council members will be able to send questions to city staff from now until then to get more information. Tatiana Favela, KTSM 9 News.